From the Daily Mail, America locked and loaded. White House is barricaded, stores board up, and there's a chilling warning as election tensions soar. Let me ask you something. What happens if Kamala somehow, some way ekes out a win? What happens? You really think that Republicans are going to go burning down cities? We don't do that kind of crap. But what happens if Trump wins? We all know what happens if Trump wins. All the purple-haired people go berserk. God. Americans are braced for civil unrest amid scary predictions of, quote, blood, close quote, during Tuesday's knife-edge presidential election, reviving painful memories of recent assassination bids and chaos after the 2020 vote. Businesses in Washington, D.C. were on Monday boarding up their windows as security fencing went up around the White House, U.S. Vice President Harris's residence, and other key buildings in the Capitol. Fights have broken out at polling stations, and election workers have prepared for pew-pew attacks amid a flurry of threats to blow up political offices and other sensitive sites ahead of Election Day. I wonder which official offices, what political offices are being threatened? Can you just give us a couple? Give us a few. No, you can't do that, can you? Yes, because then you actually tip your cards, and now we know it's all coming from the left. Washington State has activated some members of the National Guard to be on standby, while a Democratic congressman has warned, quote, there may be blood, close quote, resulting from clashes between angry voters. Police and guardsmen are on standby for election chaos in Portland, Oregon, with its record of Antifa violence, and where Mayor Ted Wheeler warned of uncertainty and tension during polling. You see, remember the Summer of Love? Yes, that was all Black Lives Matter and Antifa burning down cities. And where were Republicans? Where were Trump supporters? This is what made January 6th so, because they're always going to point to that. And I don't know what you're thinking. Well, Stu, you don't understand. There were a bunch of feds in the audience, and they were egging them on. I don't care. You should have been smarter than that. Alex Jones was yelling, don't go in. Don't even go to the Capitol. It's a setup. And they just couldn't. And I don't care if you were egged on by the feds. You think they're going to stop? You think they're not going to do it again? Just stop. Think. The 2024 race has already been seen bloodshedded with the July 13th shooting of Donald Trump, and everyone already knows about that. The contest has also been marred by damning rhetoric between rival campaigns. A speaker at the Trump rally spoke recently of the slaughter of Democrats. And Trump himself has spoken of shooting at former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney. Yeah, that's what he was doing. Yeah, he was talking about shooting at her. Was he? No, he wasn't. God, Daily Mail, listen.
Here is what former President Trump said about Liz Cheney.
She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's send 10,000 troops right into the mouth of the enemy. but she's a stupid person.
See, that's what he was saying. He was saying it's very easy to send, American troops into the mouth of the enemy when you're in Washington, D.C., in air-conditioned rooms. But when you're out there, why don't you go out there? Why don't you go to the front lines? See how you like it. That's what that was his point. Man, this kind of stuff just. Meanwhile, Harris has called Trump a threat to democracy, who must be defeated at the ballot box, while her boss, the outgoing President Joe Biden, has called MAGA Republicans supporters garbage. You're not getting away with that, Joe. Everyone knows you did, and you can amend records, you can doctor them. It won't matter. Everybody saw the video. You called us garbage. They can call us Nazis, but if you say a word, they go berserk. Meanwhile, the specter of January 6, 2021, when supporters of Trump stormed the U.S. Capitol, all being egged by the feds, all being egged on by the feds, you forgot about that part. Seeking to overturn the former president's election. I'm so, it's almost like when you know too much information, and so when you see the lie, it's like, no, it is the president's duty to go back and check if you believe there was shenanigans. It's his duty. And what he was telling Pence, don't certify it. Let's take it back to Georgia and let's see what actually happened. No. We just have to do it. We just have to sign it. It's like, why? This time around, Trump has repeatedly refused to state whether he will accept the election result. I'm so sick of that narrative that Donald Trump won't accept the election result. It's like, when has a Democrat ever accepted defeat? When? Every single time they lose an election, it was either Russia, or there was interference, or there was this, or there was that. For 3.5 years, you were calling President Trump a Russian mole. Man, oh man, oh man. And is already alleging fraud and cheating in swing states such as Pennsylvania, laying the groundwork for what many fear will be more unrest. No. Sorry, Daily Mail. I actually know what happened here. There was a lawsuit. And by the way, I went into it. On my, I believe it was Cigar Friday. I went into it. I showed you. Trump's lawyers brought a lawsuit. They won the lawsuit because there was a county in Pennsylvania that violated election laws. He's laying the groundwork for unrest. It's like he's not laying the groundwork for anything. You lost the case. Trump supporter Bill Robinson, 65, of North Carolina, says some kind of violence now looks likely. Well, who do you think he's talking about? He's not talking about other Republicans. He's talking about all the purple-haired people. The unhinged people. The people, if they lose, they go berserk. Look, if Trump loses, there won't be civil unrest. I mean, even if there is, it will be Antifa. It'll be Black Lives Matter. It'll be these, malcontents. It ain't going to be us. This notion that there's going to be civil unrest. Will there be? Only if Trump wins. And by the way, I believe Trump is going to win. I would like to see him get the popular vote as well. And I've heard that several different polls have him in +2 in the aggregate nationally. That's pointing to getting the popular vote, because that is a national renunciation of their woke ideology. That's why I want it. I mean, I want it to be decisive. I want Kamala to have a humiliating defeat. I don't need it to be, razor thin, although, I mean, I'll take it, but I want it to be a overwhelming rejection of all things Democrat. What do you think is going to happen if Trump wins? I think we all know. All right, that's it for now. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe. And if you're following me on Rumble, please press that follow button and go out there and cast your vote. Until the next time, God bless.